Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carey Fauscett-Anderson, and I want to thank you for joining us today on the Dade County Weekly Update. Today, we will not be taking questions just for the sake of time today. But if you do have some questions for us, feel free to email those to us at info@dadecounty-ga.gov. Thank you so much for coming to the right place for the right information. Today we'll be hearing from Dade County Executive Ted Rumley. I do have some announcements for you today before we get started with that and with our COVID update. So I want to say thank you on behalf of the Tri-State Humane Society. The Keep 'em Wagon fundraiser banquet and silent auction was last weekend. So thank you to everybody who helped make this a huge success. The local Optimist Club is having their annual golf tournament and fundraiser next Saturday, August the 21st, and they have put out a save the date of October 24th for their bowling fundraiser. Here are a few UGA extension events that are upcoming. We have the Tri-State Beekeepers Association. They will meet Monday, August the 16th at 7 o'clock p.m. at Forester Farms and Apiary to discuss hives, extraction operations, and more. Tri-State Cattlemen's Association will meet Tuesday, August the 17th at 6 o'clock p.m. in Chickamauga, Georgia. You do have to call the office to RSVP for that meal from Choo Choo Barbecue. You do have to call an RSVP by August the 13th. That's tomorrow, so you can see the number there on your screen. The Dade Grass class will be held Monday, August 23rd at 6:30 p.m. and the topic will be the winter, annual, and perennial forage planting and management. The speaker will be UGA State Forage Extension Specialist, Dr. Lisa Baxter. Employment opportunities here in Dade County are growing. I think today on KWIN, Evan Stone and County Executive Ted Rumley jokingly said that you could probably get a job about 10 different jobs at one time here because so many people are hiring. But here are some of the employment opportunities that we know about. The Dade County Public Library is hiring a youth education coordinator. So you can apply online using the link that you see there before you. The Dade County Public Works Department is hiring 2 full-time employees. CDLs are required for that, so if you know someone who would be interested in working for our Public Works Department, you can send them to our website at Dade County, Georgia, and they can see how to apply there. Also, 4-H will be hiring an educator. Stay tuned for the job to be posted and the application to become available. UGA and Extension will share the link as soon as it becomes available on UGA's website. You can find out more about what's happening at Dade County at dadecounty-ga.gov on our website, and you can also check out things on our calendar. Next, we will hear from County Executive Rumley.
Good afternoon. Hope everyone's having a good day out there. It's a little bit warm. Got a lot of traffic over here. They're grinding over on the interstate here on 136 and the interstate there. So be careful if you're in that traffic over there. School traffic's fixing to turn out. So, but they're doing the best they can. They're trying to get in and get out and get it done. So just bear with them on it. Morgan Ridge Road, we mentioned that this morning, and of course last week everyone's really thankful and happy that's open. They've done a really good job on it, and it looks good. And we're proud of our road department, and we appreciate the people that actually travel it every day for working with us. We had, a few complaints, very few, but I think they appreciate, the road being fixed and it being open back up. The mowing, we're doing the mowing in the county right now. We've got that process, have been for the last few weeks, and so be careful and watch for our mowers. I'm not sure what end of the county. I think they're actually up on Sand Mountain right now. I know they were yesterday, I believe, but just keep an eye out for that. Hills Gap, Burkhalter, that's our next big roads that we'll be working on, be paving. It's going to be several weeks before we actually start either one of them, but that's going to take place between now and the fall. We've got really, as Carey mentioned a while ago, we're really short-handed on our road department. We've got one young man in the hospital with COVID. We had one man, another fellow that's found another job there in Chattanooga, much better job, more better pay and all. He left us, and we had to lose him. And then we had one young man that he said it was just too hot. It's too hard to work, and so he did leave us. But and we're really down because we only keep 8 people and part-time, one part-time person. So we really we're really need for someone, some young men or older men, doesn't matter. If you got CDLs and want to work, we need you. So just come down and fill the application out, and we'll be glad to talk to you. Also Burkhalter, I mentioned Hills Gap and Burkhalter, but Hills Gap probably what we're going to do on that, because we've got to get this done. We want to get it done before winter, and we're probably going to go ahead and contract the Hills Gap road out. We've got a company that is working with us on actually pricing. I think they're really going to help us out on that as far as being competitive to what we do as far as we do our own paving. It won't be as reasonable as we can do it, but it's going to be what we can live with, I believe. Also on Burkhalter Gap, we're going to probably do Burkhalter ourselves when we get our manpower, at least one more back. Billy, and we can handle that. But now Hills Gap, if you travel it every day, you see that's a major job. It's a long road and it's a wide road, and there's a lot of binders going to be put down to level that road before we even think about paving it, because we want to do it right. So just bear with us on it, and when we get started on it, bear with us even more, because it's going to be a little traffic, a little inconvenience, but in the long run, you get the benefit. Talking about this COVID stuff, I mean, you can ignore it if you want to, or however you want to look at it. But it's as when you hear me give my report here in a little bit, we're coming right back like we were. And I'm telling you, it's scary. We've over doubled here since in 14 days with people. And Walker County's gone out of sight. Coosa County, sheriff's already closed the lobby over there to people coming in. We're still going to maintain the driver's license on the Mondays that they're here because of the state. And if the state changes, then that'll be taken away too. But right now, we're going to barricade off the area that we're going back into the jail, and we'll leave that open. We're not sure. We're going to have conversations here about this building here and about the people here, because I worry about protecting not only the people here, but you people coming in here. Our people, we're going to go ahead and automatically we're going to put our cleaning station back out here where we can have our sanitary hand wash and the mask and all that. But we'll decide next week what we're going to do as far as the actual the spacing of 8 foot or whatever, or the mask coming in the building. But it is there. We do. The only good thing about it is, compared to what we were like 6 or 8 months ago, is we've got plenty of vaccine. The health department right now, they've got plenty of vaccine. There's not any lines. Now, I'll almost guarantee you, in the next few weeks, as this goes on and people that have not been vaccinated really realize what's happening here, there's going to be lines. There was some, at one time, there was 3 to 4 week wait just to get vaccinated. And then we were worried about having enough vaccine, but the health department right now has enough vaccine to cover people. So if you decide to get vaccinated, there's no reason not to do it now. Do it before you have to wait in line to do that. We have of course our downstairs at our health department. They're still doing the vaccine. I think it's 1 day a week down at the Full Fields. I'm pretty sure they're still doing that. Through primary, you just call those people, call our health department, and they'll direct you, and give you an appointment of when to come in. They also, I've had a lot of people call me about testing, because now that it's kind of, coming back here, and people, we do have the closest places that we have here for testing, because our health department, they are not testing now. They're doing the vaccine, but we do have some sites, primary health care. You have to call and make an appointment there. And they do take insurance. Lawson Medical, they're strictly straight pay, I guess, with a card or cash, right? Do you know what they charge?
They are. I don't know what Lawson Medical charges. I'm not sure on Lawson,
but Price Pharmacy, they're doing a rapid test, and it's a straight pay, flat out $90. The clinic up there at Lookout Valley, going into Walmart there on the left, I'm not sure what they charge, but I know that we've had several people here we've sent up there to be tested, and they do the rapid test.
And those are just the ones closest to us. We do have
That's
more.
right.
We do
There's
have
more,
more
but this
listed.
is the closest from to Dade County.
Yeah, and we do have more listed on our website.
And we're not really, advertising these people. It is what it is, if you want to be tested, And also, I didn't know this till last week, but you can actually buy, and I'm not sure how accurate they are, but you can buy the test kits from Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And have you heard anything about that? I mean, because
I haven't heard anything about how accurate they are.
I haven't
or
either, but I
anything
know,
yet.
evidently that's, and it's true. And, but our director of the library, she's actually been testing herself with those, And so, I mean, you can actually do that if you feel, comfortable doing it. You can actually buy those in those kits, and they'll tell you in a matter of 15, 20 minutes, from what I understand. But the whole point is, whether you admit it or not, this thing is phasing back in. Hamilton County and the city of Chattanooga has gone crazy. If you don't believe me, talk to some people that work in some of the hospitals up there. Talk to some of the people that work in the clinics, and they'll tell you exactly what I'm telling you. And most of the people that are actually there now, and this comes from different doctors I've talked to, they have not been vaccinated. And most of them are younger people. They're in their 20s up to the early 40s. In that range. And so I'm not saying it's a scary. It's just facts. And if you hadn't heard about it, you need to get out and check up on what's going on, because it's happening. Let me see if there's anything I forgot how to get.
Millage rate meeting tonight.
What have I left out?
We do have a millage rate meeting tonight.
Oh yeah, we do. We've got our public hearing, our third and final public hearing on our millage rate. That's tonight, 6 o'clock. And if you got any questions about that, of course, it's been, we've had these other meetings, and our millage rate, it's actually going down. It's not tremendously, but it is. We are going the right way, and so you should be thankful for that. I know I'm thankful for it, and I'm thankful for all of our public officials, our elected officials anyway, and our constitutional officers that work with us on our when we go through our budgeting process, because that's where the money goes. That's where and especially our sheriff's department, our jail, and all these people that are elected by you. Every one of them, I can't say enough good about them coming in and working with us when we actually set their budget, and we do appreciate that. And so tonight at 6, if you've got any questions, you're welcome to come here and ask, and Dawn, all of us will be here, and you can talk to us about it. Let's see, anything else, Carey, that I've left off?
One thing about the grinding and paving on 136, do we know when that's going to be complete? Did GDOT share that with us?
What's going?
The paving on 136?
No, they've not given me a date on it. They first said 30 and then 60 days, but they have not given us that right now. He's not got. He actually told me. I know they've got till actually the contractor themselves have got till after the first of the year to finish it.
Right.
They're not going to do that. I mean, they're working on it, but actually they didn't have to. They could have started any time they wanted to. They had X amount of months to do it, and but they're rolling with it. I mean, and I look for them. I look for them by this time next month, just judging from what they've got done, what they're doing, to be winding it up. I mean, really. I mean, because they've got a crew in here and they're doing it, I mean, they're getting it done.
And it's not just paving, though. They are grinding.
They're grinding and paving, putting a binder in, then coming back after that, and then they're putting topping on top of the binder. And the topping is actually the finished product where it's slick, So it's not just a paving job. It's not, if that had been the case, they could have really rolled with it and got it done. But when you're grinding an asphalt down and all, it's just a long process. But it's something to be proud of, to be there, And the actual going up the mountain, they're going to use that the binder, the actual textured binder, on top, the non-skid, and that which we'll be using that on Burkhalter and Hales Gap too. But anybody that travels that road knows how slick that those curves had gotten, especially the one up there, the second one, the first one. It was really bad. So, but just bear with them on it. That's all I know. I mean, it's all we can do. I'll go ahead and go into the our report. Dade County, as I mentioned a while ago, we've actually in the last 2 weeks we've had 68 new positive tests here in Dade County. We're at 14 deaths and 63 hospitalizations for Dade County. The Walker County, now this is our neighbor right here. I mean, they've had 254 positive cases in the last 2 weeks. Catoosa County, they've had 237 positive cases in the last 2 weeks. And I mean, that's, here 3 or 4 weeks ago or whatever, we were bragging about, we were down to 0, some of those that only had, 6, 8, 10. And so this shows we're in this upward trend. Chattooga County, which is over, into, toward Rome, Chattooga County, they've had 64 in the last 2 weeks. They're even, we're even higher than they are, and they're a much bigger county than we are. The Hamilton County, this is another, they keep climbing. Right now they have 1,974 active cases in Hamilton County. They were at 47,725 last week. They're at 48,989 today. Moving down to Marion County, which is another neighbor, right now they have 144 active cases in Marion County. They were at 3,466 last week, and they've actually increased to 3,557. So those two counties right there, they're neighbors, and they've actually they're going the wrong way. They're going up. Jackson County, they've had 90, and just in the last week, Jackson County has had 95 cases reported positive in Jackson. They're at 7,616 right now. But DeKalb County, which is our neighbor too here, just down the road, they've actually had 262 cases in 7 days, and they're rolling. I mean, it's just out of sight. They're up to 9,953 positive cases. A week ago, they were at 7,477. So, all around us here, all I'm saying is be careful. I mean, go back to wearing your mask if you quit, whether you've been vaccinated or not, and try to watch your distance, in crowds. If you can social distance, try that and go back, get back in the habit of that, because our numbers are going the wrong way, as you can see. If you got any questions from me, my number is 423-667-8999, and we'll be back and give you an update next week. Or if we feel like we need to, we'll go back and do it every other day or every day if we need to. I hope it doesn't lead into that. I'll update you next week, or Carey County Online, of what we're going to decide to do with our government buildings here. I don't know whether you noticed it, but McDonald's have already shut their actual inside part down because of COVID. And I look for the rest of the fast food to do that probably in Dade County. So just be careful out there. And like I said, if you have any concerns or questions, call me on my cell phone or call any of the commissioners, and we'll be glad to be there. We'll be glad to help you and give you any information that we can. So we'll talk to you. We'll be back next week or sooner if need be. So I appreciate everyone watching and hope you have a good evening.